Now let's talk about something called as time management. Now a lot of us, we really think we don't have the time to do anything. We don't have the time to start that business. We don't have the time to do that hobby. We don't have the time to work out and all of that. But you see, here's the thing actually. You have all the time in the world you need. You have all the time. But what you really need to do is you need to know how to manage and set your task and schedule. So that's why I created this system for like managing your time and managing how you can get things done easily and quickly. And honestly, you always have the time. Keep it in mind. No matter what you could be doing, you have the time. For example, right now there's an empty road in front of me and there's like no one. So what I'm doing is I'm recording like this video, and I've been recording these videos and just posting them. And I have the time for that now because I'm driving, right? I can use that time. I can use it as an excuse to not record videos and all that. I'm not telling you to start driving and recording, but I'm just saying, like, for example, you can anywhere and anything you can have the time. So say you're at work, you have a full-time job or a part-time job, and you want to start a business or you want to get a workout in, and you haven't been able to do any of that. You have a lunch, don't you? And you have a break, don't you? You can use the break to work out, to do some push-ups, to do some pull-ups, or you can use your lunch to do some business work, to work on that business or that side hustle that you're working on. You always have the time to do anything. So now let's get into the systems on how you can manage your time and manage your tasks properly. So a lot of us make the mistake of having really huge amount of tasks, and you can't really delegate things or having it out because you're not in the position yet. Because when you go to YouTube or online, most of the advice is to managing time is you have to delegate tasks. And we really don't have the flexibility or the money to do that. So what you really need to do is you need to schedule the tasks. And when you have tasks and things you should be doing every day, is you gotta have to start scheduling them on a Google Calendar, and a Google Sheet, or a Google Calendar, or Zoom Calendar, or whatever. You just gotta start scheduling them. And every time you you gotta schedule them. You gotta write down when you should be doing the task, how long you should be doing the task for, and all of that, etc. So when you are doing those tasks, you can move on to the next task, and you can already know the tasks you should be doing or the tasks you're doing, because you manage to prioritize the important tasks to do and take away the least important tasks to do while keeping the important ones to do first. So the thing is, you really aren't gonna know how long the task is. So if you're doing different tasks, if you're doing the same task, you aren't gonna know how long each task is going to take you. So at first, I recommend you set up a timer of the task and how long it takes you to do each one of those tasks, how long it takes you to accomplish that task. And throughout that timer, you can start scheduling around that timer. So you can schedule around the time of the task that you should be doing around that. And another thing is you have to stay flexible, right? So if you schedule all your tasks and then something pops up, you gotta reschedule yourself. You gotta reschedule your task. You gotta write down that, okay, something popped up. That doesn't mean you stop doing it and then you'll be like, oh, you know what, oh, whatever, something happened, I can't do it anymore. So I guess that's it, I'm done for the day. No, you have to be flexible and be willing to work around that. Excuse me, I was trying to turn off cruise control, but when you're dealing with those tasks, I don't even know what I was saying, that I got distracted. But right, and during those times that you do those tasks, make sure that you don't get bothered. So like, for example, you see how I just got distracted by cruise control? Don't use it. That's a bad example. Like, don't be like that. So if you have times that you schedule your tasks for, make sure you do it with pure focus without getting distracted. Now you can make the mistake of going on your phone and going on social media. Those things will distract you completely from the task you should be doing and put your mind in somewhere else. If you've watched the video I've done about deep work, you'll see that by touching your phone while you're doing it in a deep work state, while you're doing that task, what that does is it takes away your attention, and it will take you around 15 minutes to get back into that flow which you're doing the task, into that state of flow and focus to get that task done. So when you're doing it, you have to make sure it's as quiet as you can. And if you have like a family, if you have brothers or sisters, if you have brothers, sisters, family, or anyone that can get in your way and bother you, ask them, be like, hey, can you be quiet for an etc. long? Can you be quiet for how long, for how long you're doing that task for, until you're done with it, just to get your focus and just to get your mind in. If when you're in the state of mental clarity, you're in the state of focus, just so you can concentrate hard without really getting distracted. And that is the lesson of the today on how you schedule. So to summarize this, the best thing you really need to start doing is you need to start scheduling your tasks by putting them on a Google Calendar and all that, and making sure that the highest priority ones are the ones that come first. The highest priority tasks are the ones that come first. So anything that's important will come first before, and then you can start moving on to the tasks you don't really need. And after that is you have to make sure that you're taking breaks, or you're working in an environment that's not really distracting, an environment where you can concentrate and focus on that. And always be flexible. By being flexible, you can always make sure that you don't you don't really fall into the trap of, oh, I couldn't do it that time, so I can't do it anymore. No, so you can be able to work around your schedule, to work around those issues that might come up, or the things that might happen, or because life will get in your way no matter what. So as always, thank you for watching.